cortex. Some that I've been wrestling with that has been somewhat of a challenge for me, especially since I became Orthodox. I'm sure you've noticed my mouth being pretty vulgar, okay? We are a very profane person. Now, this has a lot to do with living in this shit world, okay? This has a lot to do with working in a restaurant. This has a lot to do with doing stand-up comedy. But I don't think that I should use those three things as an excuse, because there are plenty of clean comics, and there are plenty of people that, well, not very many actually. I think I've met maybe 2 people in the restaurant industry that don't swear. At least they try not to. I'm sure that a swear word comes out every once in a while. But, there are all kinds of people that live in this shit world that know that this world is really terrible, that don't use profanity as much as yours truly. But they're not me, okay? They're not me. And I was born out of wedlock, okay? I was born on Thanksgiving Day to a woman that didn't want me. And whatever I experienced the first week of my life, I'm absolutely convinced gave me a surge of adrenochrome, aka epinephrine, that created schizophrenia. Okay, that's one of the main causes of schizophrenia. Amy, you're going 90. You need to calm down. Yeah, I do need to calm down. I need to chill. I'm talking about this shit world, okay? It's getting me a little charged up. But anyway. Yeah, so I realized that because, like, I'm adopted, you know, my life is like a mystery. So I literally could tell myself anything. You know, I was born on a spaceship. That might have happened. I'm a government experiment. I was born out of a test tube. You know, all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. But when I was reading about adrenochrome, there are hallucinogenic properties to this drug. And it's I believe it's like some form of a neurotransmitter. So it's a naturally occurring substance in your brain. But if you have too much of it, you'll die. If you have just enough of it, though, it'll like make you hallucinate. So adrenochrome is based off of adrenaline, and so that's epinephrine. Now, schizos have more dopamine receptors than normal-ass people. That's why I don't receive dopamine from doing stand-up comedy. That's why I don't receive dopamine from doing anything, really. It's because I'm already producing it inside of my brain. Why did you switch lanes? It doesn't make any sense why you switch lanes if you're gonna go fucking slow, dude. It doesn't make any logical sense. Okay. Okay, make sure there's nobody in that lane. okay? Let's see, are you a woman? Are you a woman? Let's see, are you a woman? Yes. Anyway. So, and this person's going slow too. Let's see, are they a woman? Let's find out. Are they a woman? I think they are a woman. Yep. Actually, I don't know. They could have been a man that looks exactly like a woman. Like most of them do now, right? Okay. So anyway. What was I talking about? Swearing. You were talking about swearing. Yeah, so I was adopted by the Gross family. And if you met my family, like a lot of people that have met my family don't understand how I made it through all that. I mean, and I'm not speaking out against my parents or anything, but they're just really, really uptight about everything, you know? I remember my father telling me that everything that I say and do offends him, okay? Just imagine hearing that from your dad. Now, this was shortly after I got out of the psych ward that I checked myself into voluntarily. So, you know, I'm a pretty self-aware person, and I had been doing stand-up comedy, you know, for a few months. So I was getting over these sensitivities, because as I've mentioned in previous videos, it's not my dad's fault that he is the way that he is, and I shouldn't take it personally. But, you know, because he's my dad, you know, I can't really help it. But anyway, the fact that I was adopted by a family whose last name is Gross, and yet they're the most uptight, you know, don't do that, don't do that, that looks bad, you know those people, that's exactly how they are, like to a T, like they're total control freaks. So I'm like the exact opposite, like I'm just so like laissez-faire, like laid back, you know, smoking weed in front of a cop, you know, like I just don't give a fuck, you know, about rules and regulations and laws and shit like that, you know, civic duties, right? Stopped saying the Pledge of Allegiance in grade school, got in trouble, didn't care, you know. I've gotten in a lot of trouble and I don't care, and the reason why I don't care is because I don't have a reward system. So I don't receive dopamine from the outside. I receive dopamine from the inside, okay? But, oh, it looks like my battery's running out. It still keeps filming, though. Oh, well. But, long story short, it's very difficult for me to stop swearing when I live in a world this terrible. And because my last name is Gross, and I've said this before, but I think this is a pretty funny joke, okay? God gives me a pass to be crass. So if people disagree with my vulgarity, it's like they're slapping God in the face, and that's not fair to God. So maybe you should shut up and just let me talk, since I've been right since 1991.